Here, one of my first videos a couple weeks ago was about Stuck in Time. It's about me going back to 1989 and not being able to get to the future. Another video that I made where I talked about a theory on Vanellope and Wreck-It Ralph. I did make a video of explaining that. It took really hard and effort work. That after I made the video, hopefully you could read the text and content, It was a bad video. I'm sorry about that, but, I get mad at my laptop at times. Eventually, I just had a huge break from it after losing my cord, so I think things are going to get better. And so, before I continue on with this Back to the Future thing, about the Stuck in Time, is that I was going to talk about the sequel. Just a review of what I was thinking about the first one. It's about a boy who goes back in time, 1989, and has no hope on getting back to the future. So he ends up stuck in 19 movies, no matter how intense it gets, or how close it gets, the hero always ends up winning, right? Well, this movie is a twist where the plot of this movie is to get back to the future, the big plot behind it. But the difference between Back to the Future and Stuck in Time is that what if Marty didn't go back? What would have happened if he had to stay in 1955? For me, it's 1989. So in the movie, I do try to yourself, right? Otherwise, the consequences of that will be disastrous, just like what Duck says. So the second one would take place around 2002 when I'm born, and I have to take my family, my little kid, my children, and this for a while. Eventually, by then, I'd probably tell Mom my secret, and yeah. So anyway, and this is probably when I have a really young daughter, and then or really young children. And for the third one, this is when my oldest couple are probably about to be teenagers-ish, I think they're teenagers. Probably a couple more kids are involved. For a third trilogy, I was thinking it was probably going to be set around 2019. It's just about a few days before, and he plans to resolve his secret, but he hasn't told his family about his secret from going back in time. So once his family finds out, and once a mistake is made, and I don't end up going back to the future, that alters my reality. My family is all gone. Kind of like the Santa Claus, right? When Tim Allen lost his job as being Santa Claus, and and he had to stop Jack Frost in order to get it back. So unfortunately, it's a sad time travel movie, but eventually it gets a happy ending, right? And then that's pretty much all I have for this movie, but however, it gets a happy ending, right? And then that's pretty much all I have for this movie, but however, if there had to be a fourth one, this is just an idea. I thought about these possibilities, but I didn't think about making a movie of it. However, I thought about what if one of my children went back in time. I thought I could make a movie about that. But, however, I hate to do a reboot on the first movie. I just don't I don't know. It's a long story. Just bear with I can't tell you it. I'm sorry. But just bear with me when I say no, I just don't like that. I like the trilogy better. However, even if I were to use that idea, how about cause the paradox, right? But it's an interesting story, so just put your thoughts, comments below on that. And yeah, that is Stuck in Time. But now for Back to the Future. How long has this video been? Oh, 6 minutes. Okay, here's my Back to the Future. We're going to part one, part two. Oh, 2015. The future is now. Oh, nope. Now it's the past. Oh, I have this, guys. To the future. Back to the Future. We haven't did a Back to the Future video in a long time, so I'm adding this one to the playlist. It has to be a time travel video by itself. It can't be added with on something. Anyway, here's some more pictures. Of Duck, Marty. You get it. Just to celebrate Back to the Future. It's 2019. This movie was made 34 years ago. Surprisingly enough, the second movie of Back to the Future, Part 2, was actually made in 1989. I think that's also a coincidence, because when I was making my Stuck in Time movie, and I was thinking about going back 30 years, I kind of didn't think about that a bit. Instead of it being my mom's saddest year, it's my mom's happiest year now. You know, I don't know. It just wouldn't let me go to the future. I don't know, something like that. You know, it's like, yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, all right. Back to the future. Back to the future. Back to the future. The DeLorean. When I picture my time, but the one thing about this movie that I can't figure out is that why would I want to go to outer space? It's too expensive, especially for my character. You know, people are going to want to know how I got to outer space. So I thought about maybe I accidentally knocked some metal pieces together, you know, right? And made a contraption that can go. Now this is just a movie. I fell off in it, and I was in that piece of the rocket, and I ended up floating to space, and I ended up in the wormhole before they can come and save me. Anyway, some accident has to happen there. But anyway, Back to the Future. Oh, that way, if you go back a few pictures, it showed a picture. But anyway, Back to the Future. Oh, that way, if you go back a few pictures, it showed a picture of 2015. That was the future back when they made this movie. So it was just a coincidence that they made Back to the Future Part 2 in 1989. Well, there are some rumors of time travelers that already exist in our time period. And they did say that time travel would be invented in 2028, but I'm not really sure if I should trust them, you know. If they do make time travel in 2028, it would be exciting to go on time travel adventures, right, guys? We'll make YouTube videos of different time periods. I'll bring my laptop with me. Oh, yeah. It won't create a paradox, just as long as no one's around. And, you know, Part 3 actually came out in 1990, just the year after Part 2 did. So that was pretty fast. So its 30th anniversary is technically next year. And this year marks the 30th anniversary of Part 2. And Part 1 is like 34 years old, so However, there was a different president at the time when Part 2 and 3 came on. So obviously some of the details in Part 2 and 3 are like wrong, and whatever details they were right in Part 1, but they were wrong in the other parts, you know. I'll just show a few pictures here and then we're done. What's a good picture to end on? I'm going. Oh, that was a fake image. Just you know. The future is now. That's a good one to end, right, guys? Yep. Okay, that is pretty much it, okay? So, like I said, I'm going to end this video pretty shortly. 2020 Super About announcements, in just a few weeks, I will make a new YouTube channel trailer, so for returning subscribers, expect another Andy Mac video. I'll explain the Once Upon a Time Marathon. Another Once Upon a Time season will be reviewed, and then this last video that I said I'm going to post next week says TBA. I don't know exactly what that means, but I saved that. I left that blank in case there was any like update news on movies. If they do make another teaser trailer to Lion King or Frozen, and if they do make another trailer to any of these movies like Toy Story 4 with a bigger plot, I'm going to review that. If they don't come up with any news by then I will do something else, and you'll have to find out. The weeks, my Back to the Future playlist, go click the link. All right. It should show up in 3 seconds. Right there. Go click the link, okay? If we do Andy Mac, we'll definitely finish reviewing the Once Upon a Time seasons on DVD, and then we'll definitely do a Once update, you know, because I'm going to start the marathon in like a week or two. So there you go. We might do another theory. Are the 4 things that we're definitely going to do. We'll start play trailers for Mary Poppins. We'll definitely do we'll review more Once Upon a Time seasons. We'll do more Andy Max, and we'll definitely do a Once Upon a Time update, okay? But the other stuff, they're just possibilities. And even if we don't do them next month, we might do them the month after that. I just need to leave slots open so we don't, you know, so something doesn't come up and I don't have to cancel it. So make sure you watch my YouTube channel trailers, which will be posted in a couple weeks, and I'll tell you when my YouTube channel changes, okay? However, I can only change my YouTube channel 3 times a year. Life goes on. So we'll see you in the next video. 10 seconds. So we'll see you in the next video. And we'll see you in the next video. Lightning Mills is out. Bye!